All right. Hey, I'm gonna be pretty much doing some, I guess, YouTube commentary in regards to some shows that I've watched. I just recently started this channel, so I'm new, so bear with me, and I'm still trying to get my footing. Um, I'm going to be doing on the spot commentary because I feel like if you want to do a commentary on anime, you know, why rehearse it? I mean, I'm not saying everybody does that, but you know, I just feel like it should kind of be off the top of your head. What are the things that hit you about it? What did you think of it? Like, name it off. Um, I guess I'm gonna start with an anime that I saw recently. It's pretty much probably my favorite anime at this point, just because it was really different to me. Um, Sorry, I'm gonna be vaping throughout these videos too, because I'm a vapor, so kind of need it at this point. But the first one I'm going to start off with is going to be an anime called Recreators. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have heard of it. If not, you're about to now. So, Recreators is pretty much an anime that basically takes part in Japan, as most others do. And there's the main character who wants to be an aspiring manga writer. And no matter how hard he tries, he can just never create a character that really, you know, gives him that feel of oomph. Like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, I would definitely send this into a publisher. Like, he just can't make up his mind, and he kind of gets stuck. So one day, he ends up watching, I guess, an anime on TV. I'm not sure if it's an anime he normally watches or not, but he ends up watching it, and he kind of sees that things are kind of going a little crazy in regards to what's going on, and it seems like it's not really an anime anymore from what he's seeing. So basically, one of the characters in it is a girl that is from this anime that's basically made up because of the series itself. It's not an actual anime because I looked it up and I'm like, God, if these were some actual animes, I would probably watch them or read the manga possibly because some of the characters are so badass they just leave that impression on you. But um, like it's pretty much focused around different characters from different mangas in the story, and these characters are all being pulled out, and basically they're getting drawn out by another character who's come into the real world somehow through basically fans having such a like to him, like getting so inspired by it that it just brings the character to life. So she, in turn, is somebody who wants to bring out the end of the world for you and me, all the humans, basically. So she wants revenge because her creator was teased and bullied online for trying to actually become another aspiring manga writer because that was one of the dude's buddies, and she, you know, thought she was doing pretty good. Everybody was like, "Ha, you can't do that! Like, wow, that freaking drawing's crap! Like, you're never gonna be a freaking star manga writer." And she ended up killing herself. Pretty dark. So from there, her character comes to life, and she's mad at the entire world for putting her master or creator in a position to where she felt so depressed, so down, that she was willing to take her own life just to escape it all. So from there, all the other characters start to come out of their books. She starts to pull them out gradually, one by one, and some are with her in regards to the destruction of the world because they don't feel like it's right that their creators are able to dictate their worlds. Like, hey, you could have changed my story to anything else. Why the hell did you have my wife and kid die? Or why did you have my entire kingdom taken away from me just because of the satisfaction of these viewers? So some of them decide to align with her, and the others end up allying with the other creators, like the creators of their actual books. And when the creators see their characters in real life, they can't believe it because they're like, "Oh my god, this is like the best cosplay ever," but it's really them. So from there, they end up getting together and trying to take down Altair, who is trying to bring up the destruction of the world by basically bringing an imbalance to it, per se. So these characters all end up going head to head, like faction against faction. The ones with the humans are siding with the humans. The ones with the character Altair are backing her up. And it's cool because, like, you know how you would think, hey, you can modify your character? Like, you just develop an idea like, hey, if I change my character since she's already here, does that mean her powers are going to amplify, or does that mean she's going to get new abilities? Like, they actually incorporate that into the story. And they get to the point where they're getting pretty close, but then they discover that the audience, as in the manga readers or the anime viewers themselves, have to accept the idea. If it's some ludicrous idea about a character that is, let's say, a rank 7 on a scale to 10 in regards to power, and you just bump it up to a freaking 38, then, they're not going to approve of it. If they don't like it, it's not going to come to life. But if they agree with the changes that the creator makes, then it can actually be brought into physical manifested form. And that happens a lot in the stories in the anime. People trying to boost up their characters because Altair is like this ridiculously powerful character who pretty much fights with a sword, like a weird, I don't know how to describe it. It's like this French sword, the one that has the grip that goes around your hand. Like, she fights with that. And like, she uses it and holds a violin that creates like this ultrasonic wave that just pushes everything back. And she can also produce swords out of nowhere and have them spinning around her body and basically shove them or throw them at anybody she wants to. And that ability is pretty good because her swords don't easily break. Like, it's like they're made of some kind of freaking like undiscovered steel. Like, it's ridiculously hard to destroy. I don't even think they destroyed a single sword while they were in the series. They were able to deflect some or knock some away, but destroying, no. So it ends up coming down to, like, the characters aren't strong enough to beat her. Even a group of them, like 4 or 5, take her all on at once, she still just wrecks their shit. So they end up coming up with an idea, the creators, to create a character that is based off of Altair. It's another design that the creator of Altair made before she died, and they ended up modifying it a little bit because they realized, hey, if we can't beat them with our characters, why don't we create another character that has the exact same powers as her and modify it a little bit and try to take her on that way. So that idea pretty much backfires and fails. Like, the copy, as I'm going to call it, like, put up a good fight. It pretty much had Altair surprised because she had never thought that they would use an idea like that, and it just enraged her because she felt like they were disrespecting her creator by taking an idea that she made up and using it against her. So she ends up fighting her. They end up having, I guess, the copy throw her weird sword javelin thing into Altair's chest. And the idea was it was supposed to take over Altair's existence. Like, it was just going to completely wipe her out, and it was going to take over Altair's body, was the way it was supposed to work. So from what it looked like when she had finished, it seemed like Altair was gone, like she was done. So everybody's like, okay, cool, now we can finally relax. And then, like, she sees a hat laying down on the ground, and she walks over to it, picks the thing up, puts it on her head, and then bam, like, Altair just came back. Like, she overwrote the copy that was supposed to be for the purpose of overwriting her, which I thought was freaking crazy. I was like, oh shit, like, damn, she just took her out. And the first thing she does, obviously, is surprise attack one of the characters, Morokuji, who's my favorite character in the whole series because he's such a badass. Like, he has this, like, kind of a wooden baton, well, a wooden sword. Doesn't really look like a wooden sword. It looks like well, it's kind of painted over, so it's not brown. It's like a purplish type color, and he's got like purple hair. But the dude has like, that badass mentality, like that badass attitude, like, hey, I can whoop anybody's ass. Like, come at me, bro. And he just takes her on, and then she gets him in the back. I'm like, no, my boy Morokuji, why? So then I'm like, shit. And he has this little, like, spirit phantasm type thing where he can summon in essence, kind of like Dead Girl that pops up behind him and can fight for him. So he can fight himself, but he's got her backing him as well. So he's already, like, way up there in regards to the scale of, like, hey, he can handle himself, but even he's no match for Altair. But back to the point of what I'm saying is the overwrite didn't work. It failed. And then people were forced to resort to trying to fight Altair again. Characters were dying off because she was just too strong. And in the end, Altair basically ended up, vanishing from existence because I guess she found sense of morality. Like, once, I guess, the world, or at least some people, were able to view her master in not just a useless, like, hey, you're not worth anything way. Like, she actually ended up, just letting the world be at peace at that point. And the battle finally ended, and that was pretty much it for that one. And dang, sorry, like I said, this is my first commentary, so I'm still trying to get my thoughts together, and this is on the spot, so I'm trying to think of all the details. And if I messed up and missed some details, or I didn't put some actual information in that was correct, please correct me, because it's been a little bit since I watched it. It hadn't been that long because I think it was a release that came out earlier this year or end of last year. But I watch anime like crazy. Like, I watch the majority of the rotations, like when they have fall, winter, summer, spring. I watch pretty much the majority of all those anime. So, but that was pretty much the end of that series. Like, the characters went back to where they were. No characters actually died. They just kind of went back to their story, and the creators ended up, saying to themselves, hey, we're going to do a better job. We're not just going to make a story where it's about, blood and gore and people's lives just being ruined because uneventful things happen. Like, we're like, hey, since we know that they're there and they actually have a presence of their own, we're going to try to make it to where their stories are better and everybody has a happy ending. Like, it's not always going to be just about the people. It's going to be about the characters as well. So, but that was pretty much my review in regards to Recreator. And I hope that you guys liked it, and I hope it helped some of you guys out. I'm trying not to tell all of the story. I'll do a better job next time in regards to putting information in. The next, I guess, anime I do a commentary on. But, yeah, if you want to check it out, that's kind of the point of me doing this, is to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. Not really telling you every single thing that happens, but just giving you a good picture. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Like, I'm not going to blame you because everybody has their preferences. Some people like super ecchi. Some people like action. Some people are into that Ouran high school stuff. Me, not really into it anymore. I used to like that kind of stuff. I used to be into all type of genres, but, I mean, I don't know. I kind of stopped at the Clannad because Clannad just messed me up big time. Like, I almost cried, and I'm not ashamed at all. So, note to self: bring water the next time you talk this much because I'm thirsty. But yeah, if you guys liked it, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment in the description. I will do commentary on animes that you guys might be, reluctant to try or want to know the general story of it. Just comment it below, and I'll try my best to get around to it the next time I end up doing an anime because, like I said, I'm here for you guys. I want to be able to provide you guys with that experience. I love anime, and I just like to, be able to communicate with people that are into the same things I am. And I know that if I do this, then I'm gonna discover that I'm not just the only person where I'm at that likes anime. Because I'm pretty sure we've all been in that boat. Like, hey, I'm in a place. I really like watching anime, and I don't really have anybody around me that really likes the same thing I do. I even tried to get some of my friends into it. Some of them, they'll do it in kind of so-so, but it's not anything to where they actually got into it themselves. Um, so yeah, I know what it's like being in that boat. You can have online friends that like it, but when it comes to physical, it's a little bit harder than that to find those kinds. So, but yeah, that's it. That's it for my first video, and I'll try uploading another video after this one on a different anime, get my information a little bit better in regards to what I need to say, and I'm gonna be golden. But you guys have a great night, and hopefully you'll tune in to the next time I post a video. So.